In the beginning of the drama, female lead Li Jia comes to consciousness, and Shu Lian tells her, "You have pretended to end your life for the 100th time because you do not want me to divorce you. Now, I will not compromise." Then we see a flashback scene where Li Jia is found on Shu Lian's bed in his room, and reporters come there and record everything, and these rumors spread that Shu Lian is in a relationship with some girl. Then we come back to the present scene, where Shu Lian tells Li Jia, "I am divorcing you." Li Jia, to whom all this feels very strange because she has come from another world, thinks, "Where have I come?" Shu Lian gives Li Jia a check for compensation money, and she says, "What kind of talisman is this?" Li Jia tears the check thinking it is a talisman. Li Jia has supernatural powers, and she tells Shu Lian, "Negative energies are surrounding you." Shu Lian comes near her, and she throws him away using her powers. Li Jia tells Shu Lian, "I can change your fate and your life will change." Then the doctor tells, Li Jia's mental condition is completely fine. Hearing this, Shu Lian says, "Then why does she seem like a new person?" Li Jia, who can see the future, thinks Shu Lian will become crippled and his company will go bankrupt. Li Jia's thought is heard by Shu Lian, and he says, "What are you doing?" Then Shu Lian's sister Jiang comes there and tells Li Jia, "Why did you hurt my brother?" Li Jia thinks in her mind about Jiang. Jiang will get a disease, and her boyfriend will betray her. Jiang also hears Li Jia's inner voice, and she tells her, "Why are you jinxing me?" Jiang, surprised, asks her brother, "Did you hear Li Jia's inner voice?" In response to which Shu Lian says, "Yes, I heard it." Then An Ran comes there, who is Shu Lian's girlfriend. Li Jia, seeing An Ran, thinks, "Now she will pretend that the hot bowl's water fell on her because of me." What a low-level scam technique. Shu Lian, hearing Li Jia's inner voice, says, "Maybe Jiang is not a good girl because this girl's predictions are proving true." Li Jia tells An Ran, "I did nothing," and Jiang herself dropped hot water and burned herself. An Ran says, "Shu Lian has given you compensation money, which is enough for your whole life." Li Jia thinks, "Taking 10 million, I can go back to my world." Li Jia agrees to divorce Shu Lian. Shu Lian says, "You just tore the check." Li Jia says, "You give me 10 million, I will divorce you right now." Shu Lian tells Jiang to take An Ran for treatment. Then Shu Lian thinks in his mind, "How I have understood Jiang until now. Maybe she is not like that." Shu Lian tells Li Jia, "We are not divorcing." He thinks, if what Li Jia is saying is true, then I can change my fate. Shu Lian asks Li Jia to go home. Shu Lian, seeing Li Jia, thinks, she used to wear high heels before and her fashion sense was good too. Why is she so different now? Li Jia flies, and seeing this, Shu Lian gets surprised and says, "Come down, otherwise the traffic police will catch us." Then Shu Lian comes near Li Jia and fastens her seatbelt. Then Shu Lian and Li Jia go home, and Li Jia burns her talisman, seeing which Shu Lian stops her from bringing talisman into the house again. The TV accidentally turns on by Li Jia, and she climbs into Shu Lian's lap out of fear. Shu Lian angrily says, "TV and vacuum cleaner are very expensive and you do not create a mess at home." Li Jia says, "This is not my fault, I was just scared." Then Li Jia thinks, maybe I can earn money from fortune telling? In the next scene, Li Jia arranges her small fortune telling shop and starts making noise. "My fortune telling is very accurate. Everyone, come to my shop." On the other side, Shu Lian's secretary tells him, "Your wife is doing fortune telling near the office building." Nobody believes Li Jia's words, and everyone thinks she is a scammer. Li Jia thinks, if Shu Lian had divorced me, I would not have had to do fortune telling on the road here. Then a child comes there who is drinking juice. Li Jia asks him for juice, and he says, "Buy from the shop in front." Li Jia buys bubble tea but does not pay money. The shopkeeper gets angry and says, "This girl took our bubble tea after buying it, and now she is not paying." Everyone starts speaking ill of Li Jia. Seeing this, people start thinking of calling the police. The shopkeeper starts hitting Li Jia, and Li Jia defeats him using her powers. Li Jia slips, and seeing this, Shu Lian runs to save her. But Li Jia saves herself using her martial arts skills. Everyone is impressed seeing this and start praising Li Jia. Then Shu Lian compensates the shopkeeper by paying him double. And seeing this, Li Jia starts arguing with the shopkeeper and tells him to apologize. Shu Lian gets angry at Li Jia, and Li Jia says, "How could I be bullied by the shopkeeper?" She puts all the blame on Shu Lian and says, "You left me alone at home. That is why I did all this." Then she asks Shu Lian for divorce and demands 10 million. Just then, Shu Lian gets a call from his grandpa, who talks about bringing Li Jia home with him. Shu Lian and Li Jia go home, and Shu Lian's brother Jin Shen tells Shu Lian, "Your video of paying compensation money has gone viral." Then Jiang and Jin Shen start insulting Li Jia and say, "Why have you come here? And if you were not here, Shu Lian would have already married Jiang." And Ran says, "Maybe Shu Lian's and my marriage is not written in fate." In response to which Jiang says, "We are both a perfect match." Li Jia says, I want to take a divorce, but your brother is not giving me a divorce. Then Shu Lian's mom comes there and says, a good wife is beneficial for the family's generations, and a vicious woman like Li Jia should not be this family's daughter-in-law. Li Jia, seeing Shu Lian's mom, thinks in her mind, in 1 year, her son will be thrown from the building and she will get breast cancer. Hearing Li Jia's inner thoughts, Shu Lian thinks, I will not let anything like this happen, and I will take my mom to the hospital for a checkup. Jin Shen also, hearing Li Jia's inner thoughts, says, what is all this she is saying? Li Jia thinks in her mind, Jin Shen has love problems, and his girlfriend will cheat on him. Jin Shen gets angry hearing Li Jia's inner voice, and Li Jia tells him, your girlfriend has had surgery and she is a ladyboy from Thailand. Everyone hears Li Jia's inner thoughts, and Shu Lian's mom says, did everyone hear Li Jia's inner voice? And Ran also comes there and argues with Li Jia, and Li Jia thinks in her mind, and Ran only sees Shu Lian as an ATM machine. Shu Lian, hearing all this, thinks, and Ran has always been so kind. Is she really a fraud? Shu Lian's sister and brother say, and Ran is a very good girl, and she always wanted to marry Shu Lian. And Ran offers tea to Li Jia, and Li Jia tells her, your romantic life is going to have many problems. Li Jia forcibly makes Ayn Ran drink the tea she made because Li Jia realizes that Ayn Ran has mixed something in that tea. And Ran starts acting and says, maybe Li Jia does not want to forgive me. Shu Lian's mom says, this is a matter between young people and I will not do anything to solve the matter. Then Ayn Ran leaves, and Li Jia thinks in her mind, now because of this drug, Ayn Ran will soon be in someone else's arms. Everyone is shocked hearing Li Jia's inner voice. Going out of the house, Ayn Ran talks to a mysterious man who tells her to steal the Scott Group's company proposal. Then Shu Lian's grandpa comes, seeing whom Li Jia thinks, grandpa is a good person, but some losers will try to drag him down. Just then, Shu Lian's dad comes there and tells Li Jia, after divorce, Li Jia will have to return 5% of the family's shares. Li Jia calls Shu Lian's dad shameless and thinks in her mind he wants to give these shares to his illegitimate son. Hearing Li Jia's inner voice, Shu Lian's mom starts fighting with her husband. Grandpa, seeing Li Jia, thinks the fortune teller was right. Only Li Jia can change this family's fate now. Then Grandpa tells Shu Lian that he and Li Jia will stay here tonight. Grandpa calls Shu Lian to talk alone and says Li Jia can see people's future, and a fortune teller told me that our family will face many problems, and now our only hope is Li Jia, who can fix everything. Grandpa forbids Shu Lian from divorcing Li Jia. On the other side, Jiang and Jin Shen, impressed by Li Jia, behave well with her and convince her not to divorce Shu Lian. Jiang and Jin Shen start asking Li Jia about their future, and just then, Shu Lian comes there. Shu Lian tells Li Jia, the things you think, are they true? Li Jia says, do not doubt my professional skills, and demands 10 million from him. Shu Lian gives Li Jia 10 million, and she refuses to take such little money and asks to increase the compensation price. Then, Li Jia starts thinking, Shu Lian is rich and handsome. Should I consider Shu Lian? Shu Lian and Li Jia come closer and get lost in each other's eyes. Shu Lian meets Ayn Ran in the office, who asks him for the bidding proposal. Then we are shown an old scene where Li Jia tells Shu Lian, Ayn Ran has stolen your bidding proposal and she is kissing a man in your office. Hearing this, Jiang and Jin Shen are surprised and say, is Li Jia telling the truth? Shu Lian says, the bidding proposal is very important for me, and he leaves for the office, and Li Jia tells him, if this is true, then I will charge extra fees. Jiang and Jin Shen also go with Shu Lian and tell their mom, we are going to catch Ayn Ran's black deeds. Both of them tell their mom, from now on, all of us will behave well with Li Jia. In the next scene, everyone goes to the office and see Ayn Ran being intimate with a boy. Everyone becomes convinced that Li Jia was telling the truth. Seeing this, Shu Lian thinks, what Li Jia said about our family, is that also true? And Ran tells Shu Lian, this boy had forced me to be intimate, and I only love you. And Ran is asked why she stole the bidding proposal, in response to which she says, someone told me to steal it, and I do not know who that is. Li Jia says, and Ran is not the mastermind, and there is someone else whose face I cannot see, but he is keeping an eye on us. Shu Lian lets Ayn Ran go to catch the culprit, and also punishes his secretary, who was involved with Ayn Ran. Li Jia tells Shu Lian, increase my package. And hearing this, everyone asks, what package is she talking about? Li Jia tells Shu Lian, if you give me a divorce and 10 million, then I will help you find the mastermind. Shu Lian's mom convinces him not to divorce Li Jia because her presence is beneficial for them. Shu Lian starts thinking, the bid incident proves that fate can be changed. He thinks, until the family's fate is changed, I will not let Li Jia go. Then Shulian asks Ligia to go to an auction party, and Ligia demands money from him, and also asks for a raise in her monthly package. Shulian tells his mom, I want to get your physical examination done, because I am afraid that what Ligia said might be true. Next day, Shulian and Ligia go to the auction party, and Ayn Rand comes there to apologize. Shulian tells Ayn Rand, there is no need for this. Ayn Rand asks Ligia to tell Shulian to forgive her. Ligia predicts the future and says, Ayn Rand will push me into the pool today. Shulian, hearing Ligia's inner voice, asks her to stay with him. Then Ligia is talking with Jin Shen and his friend, and Ayn Rand comes there and tries to push Ligia into the pool, but Ligia pushes Ayn Rand into the water. Shulian understands that Ligia has fallen into the water and goes to save her. Ligia tells Shulian, I am fine. Seeing this, Ligia starts thinking, why is Shulian worrying so much about me? Shulian's shirt buttons are open, and Ligia starts looking at his abs, and seeing this, Shulian tells her, you can look at my abs openly. Then, Shulian goes to change his clothes. At the party, a man is kissing a girl, and Jiang and Ligia notice them. Ligia tells Jiang, this boy is your fiancé. Jiang, shocked, looks at the man's face and he is really her fiancé. Jiang's fiancé says, this girl is just my business partner. Jiang, getting angry, calls her fiancé cheating, and a fight happens between the two. Then some guards come and take Jiang's fiancé outside. In the next scene, Ayn Rand is with the mysterious man Shishi and tells him to kill Shulian. Shishi says, Shulian will not survive today. On the other side, Shulian's secretary tells him, I have seen a man with Ayn Rand. Hearing this, Shulian goes to look for Ayn Rand. At the party, Ligia thinks, why has Shulian not come back yet? Just then, Ayn Rand comes there and thinks in her mind, today, Shulian will not survive, and then Ligia's life will be ruined. Ligia and Jiang think that Shulian is in danger, and Ayn Rand stops them by saying, the auction is about to start, and you sit on your seats. Then suddenly, Shulian is about to fall from the second floor, and Ligia flies and saves him. Ligia's heart beats fast, and she thinks, I have started feeling something special for Shulian. Jiang says in a panic, we should take brother to the hospital. Just then, many goons come there and try to stop Ligia and Jiang. Ligia defeats those goons using her special powers. As soon as she comes out of the party, blood starts coming out of Ligia's mouth, and she tells, this has happened because of my using too much power. Ligia tells everyone, there is also some problem in our car, so we should take a taxi. Then Shulian regains consciousness in the hospital, and he thinks, Ligia saved my life. Shulian lovingly touches Ligia, and she angrily pushes him away. Shulian says, I am a patient. Treat me gently. Ligia tells Shulian, I will fix your dislocated shoulder. Shulian tells Ligia to stay away from him. Just then, Jin Shen comes there and tells, our car's brakes were also failed, and if Ligia had not refused to use the car, we would not be alive today. Jin Shen tells, blood also came out of Ligia's mouth. Hearing this, Shulian goes to Ligia worried, and she tells him, why are you worrying for me? Do you not want to give me compensation money? Shulian angrily says, I will not give you even a penny. Ligia tells Shulian, you should take revenge on Ayn Rand, in response to which Shulian tells, Ayn Rand saved my life once. Just then Ayn Rand comes there and pretends to care for Shulian. Ayn Rand says, before marriage this never happened with Shulian. Ligia says, do you mean to say that I am Shulian's bad luck? Then Ligia says, all this has been done by Ayn Rand. Shulian thinks, has Ayn Rand been plotting against me for so long, and what grudge does she have against me? Ayn Rand says, all this is a misunderstanding, and I have done nothing. Then Shulian asks Ayn Rand, who was that man with you at the party? Ayn Rand says, I was alone there, and how can you doubt me? Then Shulian thinks, these people are trying to kill me, and they will not give up so easily. Ayn Rand calls Shishi and tells him, Shulian has started doubting me, and we need to do something quickly. Then Shulian and Ligia go home, and there Shulian's mom and his dad are fighting. Seeing Shulian and Ligia injured, Shulian's mom ignores Shulian and comes to Ligia and asks her, are you okay? Seeing this, Shulian angrily says, my mom should care more about me. Ligia starts thinking, Shulian's mom is so good, but Shulian's dad did not even do a DNA test and believed some woman's lie and believed that child is his. Hearing Ligia's inner voice, Shulian's mom-dad start fighting again. In the next scene, Shulian comes into Ligia's room and says, I want to sleep in your room. Ligia refuses, but Shulian pulls her close to him, and they accidentally kiss. Shulian tells Ligia, if you want, you can kiss properly. He also says that if you want to sleep on my abs, then I have no problem. Ligia thinks how seductive this man is. Then they both start kissing. And just then, Jiang comes there and tells Jin Shen is in some problem and has gone to meet his ladyboy girlfriend. On the other side, Jin Shen is in the room with the ladyboy and tells him, now we cannot stay together because you are a ladyboy. The ladyboy says, if we cannot stay together, then you will have to give me your kidney. Ligia, Jiang, and Shulian come to save Jinshin, and the ladyboy attacks Ligia. Ligia defeats him and starts thinking about him. The ladyboy is a fugitive and also does organ trafficking. The ladyboy hears Ligia's inner voice and says, "Now my identity has been revealed, so everyone must be killed." The ladyboy attacks Ligia, and Shulian comes in between and gets hit by the ladyboy's knife. Ligia tells Shulian, "Why did you come in between?" In response to which he says, "The wound is not deep." Jin Shen tells Ligia to take Shulin to the hospital and waits for the police to come. Ligia carries Shulin in her arms, and he gets embarrassed. In the next scene, Ligia tells Shulian, "Are you feeling pain?" Shulin says, "Yes." Ligia says, "You should not have come to save me." Ligia touches Shulian's abs and thinks, "Having a scar on such beautiful abs will not be good." Shulian says, "No, a scar will not come." Hearing this, Ligia, shocked, asks, "Can you hear my inner voice?" Ligia says, "I was just appreciating your body." Shulian tells Ligia, "What kind of boys do you like?" Ligia says, "Romance is not suitable for me, and I will concentrate on self-improvement." She tells, "My heart is locked, and I cannot handle the bitterness of love." Shulian says, "Will there be any way to unlock the heart?" Ligia says, "Your bank card is the only way out." Shulian tells Ligia, "I can hear your thoughts." Then Shulian comes close to Ligia, and Ligia thinks, "Have I started liking him?" Shulian, hearing this, says, "Yes, maybe you have started loving Shulian." Shulian comes near Ligia, and just then Shulian's dad comes there and tells Shulian, "Ligia is not the right girl for you." Ligia thinks in her mind, it is better than wasting time here that Shulian's dad goes to get a paternity test done. Shulian's dad, hearing Ligia's inner thoughts, thinks, "How does she know that Shishi is asking me to sign the share transfer agreement?" Shulian angrily says, "I did not tell you to have an illegitimate son. Ligia has nothing to do with all this." Then Shulian's mom comes and starts fighting with her husband again. Shulian's dad says, "Shishi and Shulian look alike. That is why Shishi is my son." Then Shulian remembers that the man who was with Anran at the party, his name was also Shishi. Shulian's mom tells her husband, "I am divorcing you, but you will not have any share in the property." Shulian's mom tells him, "I have deliberately sent my husband so that he goes to Shishi and we can follow him and reach Shishi." Then Shulian gets a message from Anran, and she calls him to meet. Anran meets Shulian, and Shulian says, "I have come here only to know Shishi's truth." Anran tries to turn Shulian against Ligia. Then an old scene comes where Shishi had told Anran to keep Shulian busy so that he could get the share transfer paper signed. Shulian asks Anran about Shishi, and Ligia tells Shulian, "Your dad is in danger and you should go to your dad." And Ran happily says, "It is too late now. He would have already signed the property papers." Shulian tells Ran, "My dad transferred all the shares in my name last month." On the other side, Shulian's dad tells Shishi, "Are you really my son?" Hearing this, Shishi says, "You have found out the truth, now you will have to sign the share documents right now." Ligia and Shulian come there, and during the fight with Shishi, Shulian's dad gets injured. Shishi runs away from there, and Anran tells him, "We did so much planning, and we got nothing." Shishi says, "Do not worry, I will not give up so easily." In the hospital, Shulian's mom is sitting near her husband and says, "What a big fool he is." Jinshin says, "If dad had not transferred the shares in Shulian's name, it would have been very bad." Then everyone together thanks Ligia. Shulian tells Ligia, "Being with you makes me feel very good and you never leave me." Then Shulian and Ligia spend time alone, and Ligia says Shishi might also attack Shulian's dad again. As soon as they discuss this, they both run towards the hospital room. Ligia, seeing Shishi going into the elevator, understands that Jin Shen is in danger in the hospital room. Ligia tells Shulian to go to his dad. On the other side, Anran comes to meet Jiang and Shulian's mom, and Jiang tells her, "Anran befriended me only to get close to Shulian." Then an old scene comes, where we see that Anran mixes drug in Shulian's drink because she wanted to trap him by showing her relationship with Shulian to reporters. Anran tells Jiang, "If Ligia had not come there, today, I would be Shulian's wife, and I would have killed all of them." Then Jiang tells, "I had accused Ligia of pushing her down the stairs because I wanted Shulian to divorce her." Then Anran calls some goons and kidnaps Shulian's mom and Jiang. Jin Shen, Jiang, and Shulian's mom start thinking, Ligia and Shulian will surely save us. Ligia and Shulian come home, and there Anran tells her goons to pick up Shulian and Ligia. Ligia tells Shulian, "Anran has kidnapped your family." Then Shulian gets a call from Shishi, who tells him, "Your sister, brother, and mom are with me, and if you want to save them, come to meet me." Ligia tells Shulian to go to Shishi, and tells him, "I have called the police." Then Ligia defeats Anran and her goons using her supernatural powers. Shulian meets Shishi and tells him to release his family. Jiang tells Shishi, Whatever planning you have done with Anran, that truth has now come in front of everyone. Shishi says, Jiang's dad had promised that Scott Group would be mine, so I cannot back down now. Shishi attacks Jiang, and just then, Shu Lian comes there, and Shishi gives Shu Lian a drug injection and tells him, with this drug, you will become paralyzed. Li Jia comes there, and holding Anran hostage, tells Shishi to release everyone. Shishi tells Anran, after so many years of planning, I cannot give up the shares because of you. And Ran gets angry at Shishi and reminds him of their love relationship. Then Shishi pushes Shu Lian down from the cliff and Li Jia flies and saves Shu Lian. While flying, Shu Lian kisses Li Jia and tells her, I love you. Li Jia tells Shu Lian, how did you believe that Li Jia would come to save you? Shu Lian says, I believed it, because Li Jia has changed my fate. In the last scene, Zhang tells Jin Shen, and Ran and Shishi have been punished by the law. Zhang also says, Mom's checkup has been done and she is healthy. Shu Lian makes a contract with Li Jia to stay together for a lifetime and also gives her 40% of Scott Group's shares. Li Jia, seeing so much money, tells Shu Lian, I will work for you for a lifetime. Then Shu Lian kisses Li Jia, and our story has a happy ending.